Hey everyone, so I thought I'd just do a vlog bringing you guys along to the farm with us. So the horses are currently on 24/7 turnout, so they are out all day and out all night. So that started in the middle of April and that will probably go right through until September, October, depending on how wet of a winter we get. Obviously, summer and spring hasn't been a great start because the weather's been ridiculous. So the weather's just completely messed everything up this year, but they are now out fully, so I don't really have a lot to do. Like, I don't have any jobs to do, like my beds and hay nets and stuff, but I still have to come down and check on them. So I thought I would just bring you guys along. I haven't been up to the yard in a while, so I'm going to go up to the yard and just make sure that everything is okay and, you know, my stuff's still there, because I don't come down a lot to the yard. Obviously, I go to the field to check on the horses daily, but the yard is like a half-an-hour walk from the field because we have that much land and we have that many different fields for the horses. The field we're currently on is about half-an-hour walk away. For everyone else, it's probably like 15 minutes, but I have a 2-year-old who walks with me everywhere, so it takes me a heck of a lot longer. So generally, I don't go up to the yard unless I need to go up to the yard, because I have like head collars and like purple spray and iodine spray and that kind of stuff all in my rucksack, so that if any of the horses have got any cuts, or if I need to get one of them on a head collar and leader for whatever reason, I can do that. So we have a lot of walking to do because our horses are all the way over there in the distance. So I'm going to go walk up to the yard and I'll show you guys their stables. It's nothing fancy, but you guys have seen it before, but it's just a little vlog video for you. So let's go and see what sort of a mess I left my stables in. So as you can tell, it's been a while since I've been up here, because obviously I've got a lot of brushing up to do, because my stables are underneath like all the trees. So my stables are completely away from everyone else's because I was awkward and wanted the stables over here. So yeah, we have like a block there and then a couple of more blocks around the front, but I wanted the two on their own because I've got 2 horses and I thought it was easier having the kid, so that he could play and I wouldn't have to worry about him getting hurt by any of the horses or any of the horses getting in the way and stuff. So I left my beds quite tidy. I threw all my straw up to one side, so that my stables could dry out and so that they can air out a little bit. So I've done that with both of them. So I left them fairly tidy, but I guess I should probably have a quick clean up outside, just to make it look a bit more presentable. Obviously, I've got to do a bit of tidying up in my trailer because I threw all my hay nets in a big pile and they should usually be hung up on there. And then obviously I just left my bales as they were because I knew they weren't going to be in for quite a while. But everything's still here, everything's still locked up. Like, nobody really bothers us because there's a house on the main entrance for the yard, and then there's a lovely man that lives in a caravan as well, so they keep an eye out on everything for us, so I don't really have to worry too much. But like I said, it's nothing fancy, it's nothing posh, like it's just a plain basic yard with just stables, probably the best grazing in the area but the worst paddock. It's not very big. It looks quite big on camera, but it's not that big. You can probably get like 3, maybe 4 strides of canter, but that's about it. But we have miles and miles of off-road hacking, so we've got amazing hacking, the best grazing. We get all year round grazing, whereas like 90% of the yards up here don't have any grazing through winter. So I'm mainly on here because obviously I need the grazing and I need the hacking because I have a driving pony. So for me, it suits us perfectly. It's not to everyone's standards. Obviously the stables aren't massive, but I've only got a section A and a section D cob, so they're perfect sizes for them. But you know, they're not posh, but they're my stables and I like my stables. My kid likes the yard. There's quite a few kids on here who we can play with, so he likes it. So someone on our farm messaged me asking if they could buy my last bale of unopened hay. So their hay supplier has run out and hay has gone really expensive. People are paying like £40 to £50 for those round bales. And I've got a really, really good supplier and he supplies them for £20 each to me. So normally I order a trailer full, which is like 6 at a time. So everyone's panicking because of like the hay suppliers have run out. So I mean, I'm okay. My hay supply's got loads, but he only delivers if you order like 6. But most people don't want to order 6, they want to just order like 1 or 2. So I said obviously I'm ordering at the end of the month. They can jump on if they want to jump on, but in the meantime they need hay. So they're buying my last bale over there. So I've just had to scoop up all of my hay, which was basically like over half a bale. So I've had to scoop it all up, throw it all up to one side so that they can get to that, so they can open it and use it. I've just made up some hay nets for mine. So I think there's about 6 hay nets in here, so that when the farry is due, I could just pull out a hay net, tie them up, and they're good to go. I don't have to mess around making up hay nets and stuff. And obviously if I need to bring them in as an emergency for whatever reason, I've got hay nets made up already. But obviously I'm going to have to make all my hay nets up and get that lot shifted for when my hay delivery comes. Hiya! There's a mirror there, so he loves talking to himself in the mirror. So I forgot to finish recording this video the other day because I got sidetracked, and there was a few people down the farm that I haven't seen in a while, so we had like a lovely, probably about 45 minutes to an hour conversation, and then she took us home. So yeah, this is like part 2, I guess. So obviously, as you can see, I'm just walking through the fields now to go to the horses. So there is a lot of ground to cover, like just all these fields all around us are the fields which our farm owns. So we don't use them for anything else other than for grazing and for hay. So it's just horse purposes, but there is quite a lot of it for quite a small yard as well. Like, we don't have many horses at all on our farm, just because of obviously some people want more facilities than what the farm can offer, but grazing wise it's spot on. Like, you can't complain at all. So there's nobody to bother us. Like, it is quite a private little yard really, so we like it. Horses are down there, so I've done a shortcut. Normally I would go like up the lane and round, but I've just cut through the housing estate and jumped through the field because it's just a little bit quicker. So gonna go and walk down to those guys, but it takes me a little bit of a while because I have this little one to take through the fields with us, so obviously it's not easy trying to multitask. The good thing about our herd is that they are really quiet horses, so I know that I can trust them around my son, whereas some herds you've got some really boisterous horses and some that just can't be trusted with kids, whereas I know I could take Lucas through the field with absolutely no issues. My horse is quite protective of him, so she comes straight over and she won't leave our side until we're out of the field normally. So they are a nice little bunch. There's not many of them, but they're a nice little bunch. Let's go and find them. So the wind's picked up a little bit, so I don't actually know how well you're going to be able to hear this. But basically this is our herd. There are a couple who currently aren't out, obviously because their owners have bought them in to give them some time off the grass, because this grass gets fertilised and obviously it makes it really rich for the horses. And as you can see, some of them are looking quite big, quite bloated. They've basically got grass bellies from gorging and just filling themselves up way too much. So some of them do wear muzzles, not all the time, just sometimes. So this is my friend's horse. She's absolutely gorgeous. She gets laminitis, so obviously she has to have a muzzle on. My little Palomino one would normally have a muzzle on, but because it's been so warm, it has burnt his face. So we've had to take it off and put some creams on and just leave it off whilst it's been really warm, because I don't want him having any more injuries or anything like that to his face, because I don't want him ending up really scarred from it. So yes, they just look so fed up. Like, they just look like they want to come in. Hey, leave him alone. We don't have no food for you. She's trying to follow us, bless her. She can't. Obviously she can still eat through the little hole in the muzzle, but it just stops her from filling herself up stupidly. So obviously my mare is here. My Pandora. All of her dapples have come through. She looks so pretty. She hasn't seen a brush in a while. But, oh, do you want to stroke her? Go stroke then. So she's so good with him. Like, she loves him. She was sold as a brood mare because apparently she was a complete psychopath. But do you know what? She's absolutely lovely. I won't change her for the world. She is amazing. So she's not great with like everything. Like, she gets spooked quite easily. But with my son, he can walk around on a lead rope. He can go in a stable and she'll just stand there. She just isn't bothered. She's really good with him. So I absolutely love her. I wouldn't change her for the world. So my partner bought her, well, my partner bought her before I had her, and then he gave her to me because he didn't have time for her, couldn't look after her. So he said, what do you want for your birthday? I said, sign Pandora over to me. So he signed her over, gave me everything he owned for her, and basically said, there you go, the horse is now yours, and do as you please with her. So he bought her as a project to sell on, but we kept her. She's been a good investment. She's absolutely frigging gorgeous. So that's our protective one. She does get very, very protective over us. She's just very fat and just looks a bit fed up with this heat. She wants to go to sleep better. And then my little one is hiding over here. He's the smallest of the herd. Obviously, as you can see, he gets battered quite a bit. Got quite a lot of cuts, quite a lot of grazes, but he does wind everything else up. He kicks everything else, and hello. He does ask for trouble. So obviously I can't really do much about it. I mean, he normally does wear a grazing muzzle, like I say, but it burnt his face, so he's got a few little marks under his chin and just on his side. So we need to get one of the field safe head collars that the other horse has got on, just that it's got no metal and it's all fabric, so that it won't burn him. But as you can tell, there really isn't a lot of horses. So obviously it's a mixed herd, it's mares and geldings mixed together. So Storm's obviously gelding, that one behind's a mare, that grey's a mare, that one playing with the gate is a gelding, that black one over there is a gelding, she's obviously a mare, she's a mare, the one with the fly mask on is a mare, and then the two right behind are geldings. And then there is two more geldings who are currently in the stables right now, and another mare that's in the stable right now. But other than that, that's pretty much our yard. That's all that's on here. There isn't many, there really isn't many, but I love it. Like, see, they're just a really nice chilled out herd. They're not fussed, they're not phased. He's quite happy being around them. There's one that can be a little bit happy with his back end, but you just carry a lead rope, and when he gets too close you shout at him and swing it and he runs off. So that's the only one we really watch for. But as you can see, his little face there, bless him, little cuts, and then obviously that little bit on his nose there, but it's healing. But he's not massive for this time of year. He would normally obviously be a lot bigger, but ideally we need to get him half the size. We just haven't had a lot of chance to work him this year because of, obviously I've got Lucas with me all the time, and trying to tack up a driving pony and take him for a drive and stuff is quite time consuming, and if your kid doesn't want to cooperate, then you've got no chance. So sometimes it's just easier to say, see you later, and I'll throw you in the field for 6 months. And then come winter, they'll generally be stabled through the night time and out through the daytime anyway. But next year, when Lucas turns 3, he'll be in nursery. So I'll have more time to do stuff with the horses, because obviously I only work part-time. So I'll have more time to do stuff with the horses. He'll be in nursery, getting an education, getting some friends. I'll be able to spend time down here and just have my break back, because obviously these were like my chill out. These were where I would go to if I was in a mood, or if I just wanted a little break, I'd come down here and just chill with the horses. But it makes it a little bit harder now because I have this little whingy bum with me. But do you know what? I wouldn't change my lifestyle for the world. I absolutely love it. My kid gets to grow up with animals. We get to grow up and teach him about farming, because obviously they do farm the land. So the lads are really good. They'll take them in the little tractors and stuff around the field. But everyone is absolutely fantastic on here, and I wouldn't change it. Really wouldn't change it. That's his girlfriend, can you tell? Then his other girlfriend is normally the brown and white there. So absolutely beautiful, lovely animals. And people say to me, why'd you spend so much money on them if you can't do anything with them? And do you know what? My answer is, because I can. Because I can. I've had this boy for 8 years. I've had her, she's been in our family for 6 years. And I really, really wouldn't change them. I really, really wouldn't. They're my pride and joy. And even if they cost me an absolute fortune, go away. Go away. Can't eat it. Even if they cost me an absolute fortune, I'd do it because I love them. And that's it. There's nothing else to say. Like, I'm mad, but they're my pride and joy. He's helped me through some really, really difficult times. He's been everywhere with me. Basically, he moved to Wales with me because I wouldn't leave him. Like, everyone was like, just sell him. I won't sell him. I brought him with us, put him in my dad's front garden. So, you know, if you definitely got a chance to own horses or be around horses, I always say to people, do it. Just do it. You won't regret it. You really won't regret it. It's a lovely lifestyle. So there's our horses, guys. I've rambled a bit. Storm's trying to eat us because we've got a carrot in our bag for him, because he knows that we bring him a carrot, because he's a fatty and he just expects his little treats because he's in his routine. And obviously she's coming over now to see what I've got. I don't have anything due. Oh, you've got a bit of a burnt nose. Have you burned your nose? That's the only downside as well. They get burnt noses, so I have to put Sudocrem and sun cream on them. People look at me like I'm an idiot, but I'd rather put Sudocrem and sun cream on them rather than deal with burnt noses, because burnt noses can be a bit sore. So prevention is better than cure, as I always say. Hence why that one's got a muzzle, because preventing it is better than trying to cure it. Dee Dee's going to sleep. Are you going to sleep there, chicken? She looks gorgeous. She's just fat. She looks like she's in foal, but I promise she's not. She's never been near a stallion after we bought her. Obviously, she's had 2 foals prior to us buying her, but she's never had any foals with us because of she was the one that had cancer on her lady parts, so we had to get a tumour removed from her. So it could affect her when she gets older, but we'll just deal with it as we need to. Won't we, baby? Sorry, do you want to go and he's whinging because of, obviously, he wants to go and see Dora. But she just stands so quietly. She's just fantastic. So I can't moan. I've got 2 good ones really, so can't fault them. Definitely can't fault them. But yeah, that's just a little vlog video for you guys. I say little, it's probably like 20 minutes long, but let me know if you want to see some more videos of the horses. Obviously, I will try and get Storm back out driving. I need to get her back in work. I haven't even rode her in about a year. So there's going to be hopefully some training videos soon, because I do want to get them back working. But we'll see how that pans out anyway. But as always, guys, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for support. Like I say, if you want to see any videos of the GGs, let me know. I'll try and do them. But take care, and we will see you soon. Bye!